if you're gonna do that, you should do it like dying on a really stupid fucking hill.
Yeah.
Like his whole thing where pop music isn't a genre of music. That would be
He says
great
pop
for that.
He says pop music isn't a genre of
Yes.
music? He told you that?
Yes, it's ridiculous. I'm gonna find the exact message where he said it. Hold on.
Are you sure he wasn't rage baiting you?
No, he wasn't.
I can think of some worse hills to die on, though. I mean, that's not the worst hill to die on.
No, it's not the worst, but it's up there.
I can think of a particular hill to die on that involves media before 1976.
75! 75!
Oh, my apologies, 75. Oh, that 1 year makes so much difference. Oh, thank God for that 1 year. Oh, it makes up for all of it. Oh, for a second, I thought you were senile. Now it's 75. Oh, that blows it right down.
Shut the fuck
up.
Buddy. Listen, I don't think there's anything of value pre-75. I just don't.
That is why you are wrong.
Okay, name me one piece of digital fucking media before 1975 that's worthwhile. Name me one.
How about before 1975? I mean, how about like anything from the Beatles?
No,
Pre 1975, because there was some Beatles post 1975.
Okay, I'm talking specifically. I'm talking about. Okay, number one, I hate the fucking Beatles. So you've already fucked up there. Number two, I am talking digital media. I'm talking like video.
Digital media,
like specifically video, TV, movies, that type of thing.
Any Akira Kurosawa film.
I don't know who that is.
Alfred Hitchcock. Oh, you don't know who that is?
I have no clue.
That
sounds ethnic. Why would I know who that is?
How about like 12 Angry Men? That's a classic from '57. Oh. How about Singing in the Rain with Gene Kelly? Right, that's another classic.
I don't care about
52
musicals.
So we torture and kill Jacob Andrew.
Okay, so what I've learned here is that there is one exception to my rule, and it is that old 12 Angry Men movie. That is a great movie.
How about the Dollars trilogy?
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I think that came out in the 60s.
Is that pre-75?
Yeah,
I think it's
is the Dollars trilogy really that good? I mean, it's just a western.
It's just a western?
Yeah.
You motherfucker.
Well, I don't understand what I've done wrong this time.
Fucking dude, it is the western. It is the defining mythology of western movies. The good, the bad, and the ugly. You don't even have to watch the full trilogy. The good and the bad and the ugly. The good, the bad, and the ugly.
But what does the good, the bad, and the ugly do for me? Like, I don't. What does the western as a genre do for me? Like, okay, sure, it's the best of the genre.
The cowboys
inspired the rest of them. What does that do for me? Like, does that have any effect on anything else I've ever interacted with? I don't think so.
I mean, you seem like a pretty miserable person. I would think maybe watching a great movie would up your spirits. I don't know. That's what I would hope.
Here's the thing, though. Like, you say that, but in reality, most modern film has some roots or is based in early works. I mean, that's kind of how it goes. Like, we talk about Star Wars, right? Like, Star Wars, which is from 75, right? I mean, that's pretty much like a reworking of a samurai film from the 50s. Right, exactly. A lot of films that you know of have roots back in the 50s, and they're allowed to have those roots.
Dominic, here's the thing: if I make exceptions for like the whole Dollars trilogy, right? I'm gonna I have too many exceptions, and then the rule falls apart, and I can't do that. Like that, it just doesn't work like that.
That's kind of my point, Jake. You shouldn't have the rule. It's crumbling around
but
you.
But the rule works in 95%.
That's a sign of your logic crumbling around you.
The rule works in 95% of cases. But if you have too many exceptions, it comes across as the rule not working. Like you like I don't understand how Jacob, you don't understand this.
Jacob, think about it like this. Okay, Fallout New Vegas.
Yep.
And even Destiny, right?
Sure.
Would not work if it wasn't for the Western influences that were brought about by the Dollars trilogy.
You can't prove that.
I can't prove that. It's the truth.
You can't prove that.
I can't.
Like Planet of the Apes, right? Which that's the inspiration for a lot of different dystopian movies. Or like Space Odyssey, right? That was an older film. I don't know if that's from the 60s, but it felt like the 60s. Lawrence of Arabia, which would later go on to influence hundreds of films. Space Odyssey 2001, that would influence hundreds of films too. The Great Escape, that's a cult classic that would also later go on to influence hundreds of. The original, who's the guy from Brand? 007, James Bond. First couple of James Bond, which defined kind of the spy movie genre, and that was 1963, 65. Or like Taxi Driver, right? Taxi Driver, which is the inspiration for like the Batman films, a lot of the modern Batman films, and the noir film of the modern Batman films. That's from 1968 maybe? It's from the 60s.
Okay, but see,
I mean, there's so many exceptions to rule because your rule doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
But like, what do these films do for me? Like, what does Taxi Driver do for me? Like, I don't care. I don't need to know the history. Like,
get some bitches on your dick.
That is insensitive, and I will fucking cripple you. But like, I don't understand. Like, Taxi Driver, right? Okay, it's so sure it's influential, right? On the Batman movies, right? But let's say I want to watch the Batman movies. I don't need, like, Taxi Driver is not an integral part of the equation of watching those Batman movies. I can watch the Batman movies on their own. So why would I watch fucking Taxi Driver or whatever the fuck it was? Like, I don't need to do that.
In a sense, I see your point. And in a way, I agree. You can watch Batman and not watch Taxi Driver and still understand Batman. You do. But I feel like you're losing something there when you don't acknowledge the past whatsoever.
Nobody's saying.
I don't think it's necessarily right.
Nobody's saying we're in the past. I just don't give a fuck about the past. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. I just don't care.
Oh my god, Bruce Lee, man. Bruce Lee movies, dude.
Who is that? Who is...
And like last time, you did make the argument it was like all media, right? So like, shall I point out, for example, the Bible? that's a fairly much work.
Okay, well, listen. The Bible. I've never been a Bible man. I do not live by the Bible, so I can't speak to the Bible.
There are thousands of movies that take elements of the Bible and make them into a movie.
Way of the Dragon, also by Bruce Lee. Very classic Bruce Lee movies, dude.
I still don't know who this man is. I don't.
You don't know who Bruce Lee is?
No, why would I know who that is?
What the fuck? You are a machine.
Oh, I do. Okay, I do know who Bruce Lee is. Sorry, the name escaped me. I do know who Bruce Lee is.
Like an analogy here to make sense of this, and the best one I can think of. It's a little bit like as an American saying that I will never buy anything from Europe because what has Europe done for me in the past 20 years? It's a little bit like that, right? That's kind of how I view that, right? It's like, yeah, in a sense, you're right. In the past 2 decades, Europe has done pretty much nothing for us, right? So under your logic, it'd be okay to go, you know what? Fuck Europe. Who cares about them? They can go off and die, which is kind of what you're saying in a sense. It's like completely ignoring and not acknowledging any of the good Europe has done pre-2000.
I'm not saying that they haven't done good. I'm just saying that going and revisiting any of that stuff, what's the point? There's no point. It's just it's not up to the same quality as our movies and films and TV is now. I don't see the point. And back to the Europe thing, you make the mistake of thinking that's not something I actually agree with. What do we even buy from Europe? What do we even buy from Europe? What can I go down to the local Walmart and go buy that came from Europe? Can you name a single thing?
God.
I don't think you can. Why is he laughing at me like I'm not right?
Because you're not right.
Because you're a moron.
Because it's so absurd. You must love Trump's tariffs on Europe. It just solved your issue for you. Yeah, I would just stop buying the Europe.
Well, no, because it makes everything. No, I don't like the tariffs. They make everything more expensive. My point is, though, what do we even buy? What can I go buy at my local Walmart that comes from Europe?
I don't know. What can you buy at a local Walmart that comes from Europe? Probably nothing, because everything comes from China nowadays.
Exactly. Exactly.
Under that logic, under that logic, though, you would reject most American culture and just move to China at that point. Is that your rule?
No, I can't speak Mandarin.
I suppose that's the only thing stopping you.
More or less.
Right. Dude. Well, while you live in your little bubble of modern films, I'm gonna live in my widened hemisphere of all films, and we'll just go on our merry ways.
Okay.
This might be why you. Yeah, I'm not gonna go there. Actually.
No, go there. Go there. No, go there. No, go there. Go there. Go there. Do it. Go there.
This is much broader than you think it is, but I think there's something here that has there's some lines in psychology, right, that people tend to stick with only what they're familiar with. Right, and it's a beautiful.
Yeah, you know what they call those? No. You know what they call those, Jacob?
What do they call them?
retards.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew that's where it was going.
And there's a beautiful example of this called the traffic example, or like the traffic theory example, right? Which everybody in America and in the wider world agrees
It's retarded.
The traffic in their own city is the worst traffic there is. Everyone in Rochester always says, Rochester's terrible. People in Boston's terrible traffic. People in Detroit has the worst drivers. Mm-hmm. But in reality, we're all pretty even level. But we're so used to our own driving, we just kind of assume we bestow upon it qualities that aren't quite there.
Uh-huh.
I think that's kind of why New Yorkers tend to never leave New York, and people never really leave the state. They kind of just get used to it. Mm. But maybe that's what we do with media too. Maybe we watch so many films that are modern that we become used to it, and we start to feel uncomfortable with. We start to reject what's old, what's different, what's foreign.
Damn.
I think that might be what's going on here, and this is almost like a wider issue in society that got quite deep there.
You know what else? You know what else I don't like?
Yeah,
you want another Jacob hot take for you?
Yes. I love your hot takes. They're always so hot. I can burn myself on them.
This one's real hot. Hot. I think Peter Jackson's The Lord of the Rings should not have been made for another decade at least.
I rape you.
I agree with that. That's a pretty reasonable take. The CGI in that film
I agree with you.
If it was made a decade later, it would be very good.
Yeah, I don't necessarily have an issue with the CGI. What I have an issue is with, in that movie in particular, I notice it, but I notice it a lot in older movies too, is that practical effects just don't look good. They don't look natural. Like, I think specifically, if you look at that first, the Battle of the Alliance, or whatever it's called, when they, defeat Sauron in the prologue, the way his suit moves, because it's an actual suit, it's practical, it's so clunky and just stiff, and it looks bad. And if they had waited a little bit longer and had been able to do good CG of that, I think it would have been a much better experience.
Maybe. I certainly think that bad visuals look bad. I agree with you there, but take Pirates of the Caribbean, right? The original Pirates of the Caribbean, even the later ones, there's elements of CG in that, but a lot of that's practical effects, and they look fantastic.
You hate practical effects, man?
No, I don't hate practical. I don't like practical. I don't love practical effects.
Oh.
I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying they have to be done really well, and I don't think we had the technology to do them really well when they were making Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, or more likely they just didn't care, or they just didn't get it right. Sometimes they just don't get it right. But there are films out there that do practical effects well. The one that comes to me is Pirates of the Caribbean. That's mainly practical effects.
Pirates was great. Yes, I agree with that.
And those are done well. Those are physical ships. And I think knowing it's a physical ship that somebody had to slave over and build kind of adds to the experience of the film.
Yeah, exactly.
If it was all just CGI on a soundstage, I think you lose something. I think you lose something.
And then you get to in the second and third movies, you get Bootstrap Bill, which is the guy with the starfish on his face, and he gets sucked into the ship. He did all the other Davy Jones crew was CGI'd, but he actually did practical effects, and you can't even tell. It looks great. Yeah. It looks identical.
It's amazing.
It looks spot on.
But see, that's a great example. That's a great example of practical effects done well. You can't even tell. Yeah. With Sauron and a lot of the stuff in Lord of the Rings, especially the way the orcs move, and a lot of the people in armor, it's practical, which I do like practical, but it looks too clunky and unnatural, and it just takes you out of it too much.
Yeah,
I just don't think they could do it back then.
Yeah. Or beautiful example is when the Kraken destroys that ship in the Pirates film, right? That is CGI, but it's CGI put upon a physical model where they built a full-size ship and dropped a giant concrete tube on it.
Yeah.
to simulate that. It's brilliant. Yeah. This is amazing. We should make all films like this, but we don't.
We don't.
I'll tell you what, though. There is one place in the world where all the films are done with practical effects, and that's old films.
Yeah, that is old films.
Just putting it out there.
Just putting it out there. There is a world where practical effects are an art form.
And I told you that I don't go past 75, and I think you can figure out why. I think you can put those two pieces together.
All I figured out is that you are denying Destiny 2
You're racist.
Through Vegas. Yeah, that too. You're racist.
Listen, I'm back to dollars. I'm not saying it didn't have an effect. I'm just saying, why should I feel the need to go back and watch it? Like,
Aren't
it's
you
not
curious about how? Aren't you like interested? Or do you not have that curiosity?
Sure, I'm interested, but like I've got so many other things that I do. I've got so many things on my plate. I can't go back and just watch three fistful movies, $3
You
movies.
can sit there while Destiny 2 fists you up the ass a second time. I don't get it.
What are you talking about?
I've got it.
What are you talking about?
I've given it some thought. I've got a hypothesis.
The last time I was playing Destiny was for a fucking, like, several projects, you dumb fucking bastard! I was working! I was doing shit!
I think what's going on is that, like, Sam, you and I, we enjoy seeing the genesis of film tropes. I like seeing what film tropes begin.
Too. I'm just saying that once you get to 75, once you get to 75 and older, the quality drops off so much it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it.
But like you miss all the genesis of all these film tropes. You miss the beginning of a lot of these ideas of film. And like I like seeing, even if it's a bit shit because it's in black and white, I still like seeing, you know, the first use of noir film in the 1930s. Because it influenced everything, and you don't need to see the genesis. You can see its descendants and be fine. But I like seeing the genesis of it, the beginning of it.
The beginning.
I guess that's fine. I think it's a bit silly, but we are irrational beings to begin with, aren't we?
I guess you gotta love him for who he is. Yeah,
I'm not.
That's fair.
I'm not. You are making me out to be a villain that I am not.
It's difficult to not do that when you are a villain so deeply.
You, my friend, have just been kicked off the podcast. You're out. You're fired. Your shares are now mine. Fuck you. Fuck you all. Good night.
There's only so much I could do.
There's only so much we can do. That's okay. Listen,
but that's my theory, is that I love seeing where film tropes and ideas begin. And it's important to note that at the beginning, like everything at its beginning, it's always going to be a bit shit. Right? But I don't mind the shitness of it. Like that first ever noir film, whatever it's called, in like 1929, like it's a pretty bad film. But it has a lot of the camera angles we associate, like Dutch angles and Venetian blinds, all that develops in the 1920s. And those films aren't fantastic, but still have some quality to it. But I wouldn't compare it with a modern film in terms of quality. I do feel like you'd beat it for modern film, but I suppose I'm looking for more than quality in a film.
Well, let me
too, though. Yeah, go for it. Go ahead.
It's not the issue that I can't deal with quality. I like the quality of newer movies, but if I'm gonna go out of my way to watch a film, right?
Yeah.
I don't want it to be shit. Like I just want to be able to just enjoy the experience of watching the film. If, you know, like I don't want to take so much time out of my incredibly busy and packed schedule where I do so many things all the time to go watch a movie that's, you know, maybe a 7 out of 10, maybe a 6, 7 out of 10. That was an unintentional 6, 7. I apologize. But
I see what you're doing there, bud.
That was unintentional. I swear to God. I just don't want to do that. But anyway, Sam, your point, please.
Yeah.
So the first thing that I wanted to point out was that, you see, the thing is because we live in an age where tropes are like our bread and butter in films, right? Like newer movies these days are not every movie. I'm not somebody who hates like every modern movie that's come out. But like they start to kind of decrease in quality for this exact reason, because instead of actually looking at the origins of certain tropes, they just look at the most recent film that borrowed that trope, right? So for instance, let's say somebody borrows a trope from Star Wars instead of looking at the Hidden Fortress, which came up with the original idea.
Sure.
And then another movie borrows from that movie that borrowed from Star Wars. And then another movie borrows from that movie that borrowed from the other movie that borrowed from Star Wars. Again, without looking at the genesis of where the idea originated. And what ends up happening is we get like these watered down kind of films that borrow tropes but have like none of the impact or none of the meaning in it. That's, first of all, my problem. And then the second thing is that you're saying, okay, I don't want to watch a movie that looks like shit. Yes, okay, that's fine. Most of the movies that me and Dominic suggested, the Dollars trilogy, the Akira Kurosawa films, all those samurai movies, those are not super complicated films, right? Like they don't have like it's you don't need many practical effects to say, oh, that guy got killed with a sword, right? They're not like bringing out random demons with like fucking plastic costumes, right? It shouldn't look like shit.
But it does. It does because you've got them in these giant suits, right?
What?
And then the way that the suits are so stiff and they limit movement in the way the way they're designed. And it just
Have you seen any of these samurai films? You're talking about Sauron right now. I'm talking about a samurai movie.
I am specifically talking about the Gondorians right now. I'm not talking about Sauron.
Okay.
It applies to Sauron
too. Okay,
we
torture and kill Jacob. I've heard enough.
So essentially what this boils down to is you think that me and people like me have ruined modern film and cinema and I should die.
Yes.
I don't want to say that.
But that's what you're. But that's basically what you're saying.
There, Sam. I don't want to say
what
that.
You're saying. All right. Well. I think
the piece of it though is it also suggests that films post 1975 are all fantastic.
No, they're not.
Stinkers there too.
That is true.
I'm not saying it is.
One of these days, I'm gonna go through the what is it? The Alpha and Omegas. I'm saying trilogy, but the 7 of those fucking films, they're all bad. They're all made after 75.
Oh,
those are phenomenally poor films.
Well, I think this
and like all the films that listed to you are like cream of the crop, best films in those time periods, and they are worth watching. I do think you should watch them. I think you'd find them enjoyable, but you probably never will.
Why do you say that?
Maybe you would. It would. First of it would violate your rule though, because every film listed towards you is like the 40s. It's not from post 75.
Listen, Dominic. Do you know me to be a man? Do you know me to be a man that is not reasonable? Like I'm willing to. I'm a flexible man. I can change. I can do things that don't, reflect my all my views.
Well, when you do, let me know. We'll have a good chat about film. If you do, the great film to see is The Third Man. That's a favorite of mine.
Oh, Third Man is good. Third Man is very good. Yeah, watch The Third
1949. That's a personal favorite.
Recommend. If you do manage to get through The Third Man, I would recommend watching Harakiri, another good movie, another good samurai film.
If you do, I recommend The Third Reich.
That's
wow. All right. Well, I think this conversation's run its course, gentlemen.
Hey.
I think we've accomplished all we set out to do here.
Right.
You got 3 recommendations.
The moral of the story is
fascism. Do you guys think less of me because of this?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought less of you to begin with.
I am never going to recover from this, am I?
This is like,
No.
I'm very, very sorry, but I do find people who make arbitrary rules like that just kind of infuriating. I've never understood this. It bothers me much in the same way, like, people from like Maplewood, New Jersey say they're part of New York City. Like the same kind of annoyance in my head. It's like, you're just not. It doesn't make any sense. You're just wrong.
You motherfucker.
Right.